My name is Ahmad Fauzan Omar. Yeah, you can address me as Fauzan. I'm the sales account director for Southeast Asia.
Hi, good morning. My name is Anji Vaidyula. I head the Network Analytics and IoT for Communications Business Unit for Cyient.
So just in brief, yeah, probably I'd just like to tell you about Cyan. Cyan is a company based in Hyderabad. Yeah, we have offices all over the world. Our main focus is on the telecommunication. Yeah, we provide engineering. We are premier provider of engineering services. We specialize, yeah, on this what we call it. Planning and design, plan and build. Yeah, that's number one, and number two, we also focus on the application development. Yeah, especially on the inventory, physical, logical inventory, as well as on the SME, service management assurance. Yeah, and now I think for the last, a few months, yeah, it was a very exciting. Environment. I think in Cyan, yeah, we already started, yeah, to move forward on the IoT. Yeah, Anji, would you like to add more?
So on the IoT side, we are working on three different layers. One is building the hardware and the firmware that's needed, especially in the coming up with the new gateways to meet the market requirements. That's one area. And second one we are working on is building an IoT platform, right? So that we can reduce the time to market for some of our customers. And the third one is once you collect all this data that you have, you need to analyze that. So we are building analytical modules that work on top of IoT platforms. Right. So that's a great question. Connectivity, as you said, is very important. And when it comes to connectivity, there are multiple protocols that are there in the market. And right now, there is the industry is in flux, and we have to see which protocol would eventually will win. But in the meantime, we have to support multiple protocols. So for example, there is a Sigfox and LoRa for narrowband IoT, and there's LTE Cat-M. So what we are trying to do is to come up with some kind of devices, the gateways, that can support both protocols at the same time. So this is one of the requirements that we got from customer. So we are helping with that aspect. And also we have interoperability is one of the important factors for IoT to really take off. So where we are focusing is how do we increase the interoperability? So for that, hardware, firmware, and software, all the three are needed. So we are working and we are building products and the hardware products as well as platforms to support this interoperability. Borderless growth is really important. Especially for a company like Cyient, which is a global company, we operate in multiple geos in multiple countries. So what we try to do is try to bring the learnings that we get from one region into the other one. For especially LoRa and Sigfox, these are a lot more mature in European area, right? So the experience that we are getting by creating this interoperability, we take it to the market that where LoRa is coming up in North America. So we are trying to bring that. So the learnings, so that we help the growth more uniformly across the globe. 1 to 2 years is going to be really interesting space in IoT for multiple reasons, right? If you look at IoT right now, some of the challenges that are there in IoT to reduce the adoption, right? Increase the adoption, key thing that we need is interoperability. And the second thing is bringing down the cost and the life or the power of these wireless sensors, right? With the narrowband IoT, LTE Cat-M is becoming more popular. There will be a lot more devices that gets connected, right? So that will exponentially increase the number of IoT devices that we will see in the market, right? So there will be a lot more innovative solutions that will come into market, right? So in the next 1 to 2, 3 years, I think it's going to be a really exciting space for IoT. Yeah.
From my view, anyway, it's very good anyway. Yeah, for the start. Yeah, as far as I remember, I think this the second event that we have participated so far. The first event was in Sydney, Australia. Yeah, and this the second event. Yeah, especially on the IoT per se. Actually, it's a good start. Actually for Cyan, but actually I'm looking forward to have more kind of big scale. Yeah, next year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we are going to support. This event. Yeah, this initiative. But I keen to having probably more. Participant from especially from the network vendor, especially from Nokia, from Alcatel. Yeah, so that is actually my view anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. So there are quite a few good takeaways that I had from the event, right? One is like, for IoT to really take off, there are multiple things that are needed, right? One is the public policy. So it was great to hear the minister, right? Minister in charge yesterday in the keynote, what kind of policies that they are doing and what kind of policies are needed in the market, right? One of the key things that we have to worry about in IoT is the vendor lock-in, right? So it's good to hear that public policy makers are thinking along those lines and trying to make sure that that doesn't happen, right? That's from policy point of view, that's really great. And from interoperability, from the technology point of view, looking at Sigfox and what they are doing, that's amazing. And importantly, the communication service providers play a big role in IoT. Hearing to Singtel, right? Trying to their IoT chief talking about it. I think that's really great. So the event like IoT Asia, it just brings in all these different elements that are needed for the industry to succeed. So that's really, really good to be part of this one. Hopefully, yeah.
All right,
In
great.
Singapore?
In Singapore.
Okay, I see.